Welcome to Spectrum News at 4. I am Emedion James coming to you live from Uyo. Let's take a look at today's headlines. Jonathan, Governor Sakume, other dignitaries bid farewell to Edwin Clark. Reps reject bill seeking to strip INEC of power to register political parties, 6 others. Plus, China lifts Boeing ban after U.S. trade talks. Details of the stories and more in just a moment. Many thanks for staying tuned to Spectrum News at 4. First in the news this afternoon is a report that the hometown of P.A. Edwin Clark, Kaibodi in Delta State, is witnessing a large turnout of high-profile personalities as the funeral service for the elder statesman is ongoing. Family members, political figures, including the governor of Delta State, Sheriff Oboriwori, the Secretary to the State Government of the Federation, SGF, George Akume, former President Goodluck Jonathan and his wife, Patience, governors, traditional rulers, and community leaders, among others, are present at their event. It is a solemn atmosphere in the community where the guests are expected to pay tribute to the nationalist who was known for his unwavering voice in defense of the Niger Delta and Nigerian unity. Away from that, the federal government has announced temporary closure of the Ijora Marine Bridge in Lagos State from May 18 to carry out urgent repairs that will last for 21 days. The Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Olukodrade Keisha, said in a statement on Tuesday that the closure would begin at 7 a.m. on Sunday, May 18. She said that some sections of the bridge would be completely closed, while others could experience partial closure during the period. Kesha said that the repairs would involve lifting the bridge deck to replace worn-out bearings and carrying out other critical maintenance work. According to her, the aim is to make the bridge safer and more comfortable for motorists and pedestrians. From the Green Chambers now, where the House of Representatives on Tuesday rejected a bill seeking to amend the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to strip the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, of its powers to register and regulate political parties. The proposal aimed to transfer these powers to the Office of the Registrar General of the political parties. The bill, co-sponsored by the Speaker of the House, Reps Abbas Tajuddin and Francis Weaver, was presented for second reading but was voted down after a voice vote conducted by the Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, who presided over the plenary. The House also rejected another constitutional amendment bill sponsored by Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, seeking to establish the principle of rotation for the office of the President and Vice President among Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones: North Central, Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, South-South, and Southwest. We move now to the judiciary, where Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court Abuja has adjourned till today, May 13, for the definite hearing of the contempt claims made against the suspended senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Justice Nyako fixed a date following the submission of the second and third defendant, who stated that an application by them is before the court, drawing its attention to the alleged contempt of the plaintiff. At the resumed hearing, Senator Akpoti Uduaghan's legal team, led by Jibrin Okutekbe, informed the court that the matter was selected for hearing as previously adjourned. He also added that the court had asked parties in the suit to file relevant documents, which they had done, and that they were ready to proceed. In another development, members of the Osun State House of Assembly have unanimously passed a vote of confidence endorsing Governor Ademola Adeleke for a second term ahead of the 2026 gubernatorial election in the state. The motion for the vote of confidence was initiated by Adewumi Adeyemi, representing the Obokun State constituency, and seconded by Tafik Olayiwola from Ede South State constituency. The endorsement was made during a plenary session on Tuesday, where the 26-member assembly, comprised of 25 members from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and one from the All Progressive Congress (APC), expressed their full support for the governor. Presiding over the session, Speaker Adewale Egbedadun praised the governor's achievement in celebration of his 65th birthday. He commended the governor for his dedication to the development of Osun State, highlighting his impactful governance and commitment to its 5-point agenda. We move now to Africa, where Trump's administration has welcomed a small group of white South Africans as refugees, saying they face discrimination and violence at home, which the country's government strongly denies. The decision to admit the 49 people also has raised questions from refugees advocates about why the group should be admitted when the Trump administration has suspended efforts to resettle people who are fleeing war and persecution and have gone through years of vetting before coming to the United States. The Deputy Secretary of State, Christopher Lando, and Homeland Security Deputy Secretary, Troy Edgar, while receiving the group from South Africa, including children, at Dulles International Airport outside Washington, said the U.S. respects the long tradition of the people and what they have accomplished over the years. Recall that President Donald Trump told reporters earlier Monday that he is admitting them as refugees because of the genocide that's taken place in their country. Still in Africa, Finland's President Alexander Stubbs is on a 3-day state visit to Kenya, the first ever by a Finnish head of state to the African country. Kenya and Finland on Monday signed 2 agreements on political consultation, peace mediation, and conflict resolution. Speaking during a news conference after bilateral talks, Stubb and his Kenyan counterpart, President William Ruto, reaffirmed their joint commitment to the implementation of the Kenyan-European Union Economic Partnership Agreement, which came into force in July 2024. Stubb lauded Kenya as a country with a global voice on peace and conflict resolution. On the foreign scene, China has lifted a ban on domestic airlines accepting new Boeing aircraft after Beijing and Washington agreed to temporarily lower tariffs in a major de-escalation of the trade war. Recall that last month, the American aircraft maker confirmed that Chinese airlines had stopped accepting delivery of new planes due to high tit-for-tat levies imposed by both sides. But reports say Chinese officials have begun telling domestic carriers to resume orders of US-made aircraft. The news comes after the 2 countries announced they would drastically reduce tariffs for 90 days as well as continue negotiations. Still on the foreign scene, U.S. officials have said that the State Department has authorized the sale of $1.4 billion worth of military aircraft and equipment to the United Arab Emirates ahead of President Donald Trump's visit this week. The officials from the State Department Bureau of Political Military Affairs said in a statement that the proposed sale to the Gulf states involves 6 GH-47F Chinook helicopters and other equipment for $1.32 billion that would support the foreign policy and national security of the United States. They said the UAE will use these assets in search for rescue, disaster relief, humanitarian support, and counter-terrorism operations. Reports say Trump is scheduled to visit the oil-rich states of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE this week to discuss diplomatic needs on Gaza and Iran, along with major business deals that could touch on anything from defense and aviation to energy and artificial intelligence. Still to come in the news. Harcourt says Flying Eagles will fight for trophy after picking 2025 Under-20 AFCON ticket. Stay tuned for details of this in just a moment.